Hey, welcome back. Using a new camera setup today, messing with apps and the filtering and lighting and all that. So if it looks weird, it's because I'm experimenting. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know how this is going to go. Hopefully well. But tonight we'll feature, or whenever you're watching this, I guess. Today we'll feature Talbot Shaving and Catie's Bubbles. It's a collaboration. Let's get the aftershave up here. Between the two, and it's the second such collaboration. The last time they did it was last fall. I think it was it was a meetup that happens every year, some annual meetup there for the Northeast region, New England region. And that was Howick Hall. It was a suede scent. And so Catie's Bubbles did the aftershave for that. And the guys behind Talbot and Catie's Bubbles, they're friends, they know each other. And the guy who conceived this idea is none other than Rudd Shaves, Jason Rudman. He knows those guys too, and he wanted to commemorate he and his wife's 10-year wedding anniversary. And as you can see, it's Valley of Fire, and it's named after Valley of Fire, the national park in Nevada. It is the oldest such national park in Nevada, and it is known specifically and named after the Aztec sandstone formations that are there. These were formed 150 million years ago by via sand dunes, and so the attraction is when the sunlight hits those dunes during certain parts of the day, it looks like the area is on fire. So it's a really cool place. It's a huge park. It's like 40,000 acres or something like that. And people have weddings there, and they had their wedding there 10 years ago. So this is a really cool commemoration of that. I think it's his wife's favorite cologne scent that he wears. So he wanted to make a tribute to her and their relationship. And so that's a really cool idea. And the scent is a kind of a tribute to Jimmy Choo Man. It's a pretty popular cologne fragrance. Now, I'm not a big cologne guy. I'll just put that out there. I've said that before. Mostly the types of colognes I like are more natural smelling and kind of lower in scent strength. I don't like walking by an Abercrombie & Fitch and just getting my nostrils blown off. I feel like I need a gas mask every time I go beside one of those places. I just don't like it at all. And I don't really like it when people dump half a bottle on themselves. It's just obnoxious. So I like more subtle scents. I like more natural scents. And this is, happy to say, it kind of bridges the gap because there's that fruitiness that's oftentimes in perfumes and colognes and all that. There's a woodiness that I like. It's an earthy woodiness. And so we'll go into the shave and talk more about the scent as we go along. But so stay tuned. On to the scent. The scent notes. And this is the quote from Talbot's Facebook page. It's the quote is an aromatic, fruity, and woody accord. It features honeydew melon, pink pepper, pineapple leaf, lavender, patchouli, and suede. I think suede is a pretty common ingredient in a lot of perfumes. But yeah, there's some fruity notes in there. The melon, I can definitely smell the melon and the pink pepper, and that's nice and all. It's good. It rounds out the earthiness in there. But I really like the earthiness the most of all. I love lavender. I like patchouli in certain quantities. And earthy scents are some of my favorite. And so it's like I said earlier, it's a melding of those two things that I like. I don't feel like the scent gets too much stronger, maybe by maybe from a 7 to a 7.5 maybe. It's doesn't grow much, but I think it does kind of develop a little more. The fruitiness comes out. I'm able to distinguish the fruitier notes a little more, whereas out of the container they were kind of all together. And so it's kind of, there's a lot of interesting things floating around. And I feel like the earthiness is a little more apparent in the actual container than when it is lathered. So it's a little more fruity to my nose. Now you may get something completely different. And by the way, this is a Rockwell 6C with a crystal platinum blade. And I'm going to stop talking and do one pass, and then I'll talk more about the performance so that I don't make any mistakes on myself. That's just the way I roll. So here we go. Talbot is probably the slickest soap that I've ever tried. Especially this is the V2 base. This is their second released formula. I'm sure they've gone through multiple iterations, more than 2. This is the second formula released. Slickest out there. The lather density is good. It's very yogurty like. It's very shiny. It excels in every area, but slickness is, and residual slickness. Like you have no. You could do one pass and complete your shave and probably not have any problems whatsoever. So, in fact, I'm going to do an against the grain pass here. Without applying my third. And yeah, all categories. It is highly touted. It is in my top 3, which would be Bear Stearns Man, Glissant, and Reserve. And then maybe behind Talbot would be Holy Cow Donkey Milk. I need to do a video on just what I think is the top. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is that you really want to rinse your razor well afterwards, because it will, in my experience, it does, because of all the oils and stuff in there, it's going to, and some soaps do this, some soaps don't, but it's going to leave like a little bit of a residue on there. But all you got to do is rinse it and then wipe it off. Let's talk price point and value. Now, they used to be $12, and then this year they went up to $15 a jar in the 3 ounces, and that is $5 an ounce. But I don't have a problem with it, and normally I say, well, I look for $4 an ounce or lower. This soap this is not his full-time gig. He makes like 100 or anywhere from like 30 to 50 and sometimes 100. He's doing 100 more recently, just to make his product more available. But this is a hobby for him. He's not really making any money off of this, if any. He probably compensates his time and that's it. He donates part of the proceeds to the Trust for Public Land, $1 a jar, and for every sale. He's always done that. He's continued to do that. He's very much a proponent of outdoors and park, land preservation, all that. He's very much an outdoorsy guy, and I really had tremendous respect for that, because I have a lot of concerns for that too. Alright, everything's over with. Great post-shave feel. That's another thing that it's very, very high on the metric scale, is that post-shave feel. And the V2 base is better than the V1 base, amazingly. Never thought that formula would ever be improved on, but somehow, it did. So we'll be using the matching splash here. Not something I do very often. I don't get the matching aftershaves very often. I'm normally a soap guy, and I just mix and match aftershaves. But this one comes with it, and when it is released to the general public, it is a package deal. You cannot buy just the soap or just the aftershave. You will have to buy the $30 set. It's still a good deal because it's rare, and if you don't like it, it's a low risk, high reward, because he only makes so many, and so many are available. It is very good, for trading if you don't like it. So that is that's one of the reasons why I don't mind paying, up to $4 an ounce for it. I hit on that a lot in my videos. $4 or less an ounce is usually what I shoot for, and this is $5 an ounce. It's 3 ounce containers here, but it's of a higher value just because of the fact that it's just not widely available. So you will, even if you don't like this or any other soaps, you will be able to get something good for them. So yeah, low risk, high reward. So yeah, check it out. I would recommend following Talbot's Facebook page and Catie's Bubbles Facebook page, because it will be sold through Catie's Bubbles website, and the remainder of the soaps are curing right now, and they will be listed, I want to say, within the next 2 weeks or so. So keep a lookout. It's going to be at least a week and a half, but keep a lookout on there. Put it on your primary notification on Facebook, and get the sign up for the email list or whatever. Just keep an eye out. You have to be quick, because they get they're gone in a minute or so. So hey guys, I just wanted to interject this little clip here to say a little bit about the aftershave and to explain the video. I had all kinds of problems with this video. I was using a an app that I wasn't familiar with to try and clean up the the bad exposure I kept getting in all my videos. There's always this like bright adjusting, and so I wasn't a big fan of that. So this app appears to have solved it, but I was so new with it that I didn't realize that text messages coming in would interrupt the video itself. So there's a lot of footage lost, and I had to reshoot it. So that was annoying, but it's a day later, and the aftershave, I didn't really get to talk much about that just because I got so flustered and was just wanted the video to be over. But it had good staying power, and the scent strength I felt was a little higher than the soap. And to my surprise, it's kind of stayed more in the fruity realm to me. It did not dry down to the woody, like earthiness that I expected it to. So I would have preferred that. I would have preferred the woodiness to be more hanging around or lingering, but it's still very good. My wife loves it. She really likes it. So that's good information to know if you're thinking about having it and you have a significant other who who is affected by your scent choices. So that's all I wanted to say about it. So I'll send you out to the end of the video here, and I'll see you next time. So apologies for all the amateur camera work. All right. So like and subscribe if you haven't. Comment below if you have any questions or anything you want to discuss about regarding the set. I'd be happy to go over it with you. I love interacting with fellow weight shavers. So yeah, till next time.